Hello, guys, and welcome to the second episode of a show that's still yet to be really named. I mean, I'm guessing at the moment now it'll be called How to Battle Themes for Beginners, but I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna look at another track I've done. This time it's one of my favorite pieces actually. It's called Blazing Fight. It's for a project that I'm working on that I haven't really publicly announced properly because yeah, but this is one of the many battle themes of the game. The idea is that the game has 4 acts and there's 4 battle themes per act. Um, and this is the first one. So I'm just gonna. It's how long? It's about 3 minutes long, I suppose. Yeah. But once it hits the loop point, I'm not gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna continue any further. So without any further ado, this is the song that we're going to look at when it plays. And yeah, it goes on to loop. So let's go over the breakdown of the song. So while I was prepping the recording, I decided to make markers on each segment of the track, so it makes it a bit more easier to look at. So let me see if I can zoom this out a bit, like that maybe. Right. Oh yeah. Also, this that you heard. This bit, not meant to be there. I put that there just now, just to try out something. But basically, this is basically what I wanted to do. What words? This is what I wanted to do. Something like that. we'll see if I ever actually decide to do that or not. Anyway, so we have an intro, which is literally just this. Very short intro. So basically what the song does is that it goes straight into the meat of the piece. So part A is essentially the main melody, the main theme of the battle theme. So if I isolate some instruments, this and this. So the strings play the main melody. So it's a simple melody that kind of goes on for about 16 bars. Where is it? Sorry. Whoops. Yeah, so that's the main melody of the piece. So we use that melody along with some staccato strings and staccato brass instruments. So in this case, we've got the French horns. And here I've got like a kind of groovy style going on. So it's not all purely orchestra. You'll notice here that there are no snares or no timpanis to be seen in this piece. This is purely kind of like an acoustic orchestral kind of piece going on. This is actually my most JRPG sounding piece yet, personally. But what we have here is guitars as well. We got one guitar that basically sets like a distorted drone for the piece. Like this. And then if you remember what I said about adding in higher strings, especially the violin ensemble here, to make the melody sound a bit more intense. But in this particular track, in addition to the violins, we've also got another separate guitar, which I've labeled lead guitar, that also matches or plays the melody as well. If you're wondering what a guitar sample that is a Shreddage 2 by Impact Soundworks. I believe I get them all confused. Yeah, I believe it's Impact Soundworks. Very, very great piece of kit. It comes with its own amplifier, but I use a guitar rig myself. But yeah. Looking at some more instruments, we also have an arpeggiated kind of synthy chiptune-ish kind of thing going on here with this. Whoops. Why wouldn't it play? Christ. This. So it sounds really crunchy, it sounds really distorted, it sounds really bit crushed. That's because I essentially used a bit crusher. Which I can't turn off because I've actually saved it as is. I'm an idiot. But yeah. How does it go? So it is essentially this. Or something like that anyway. But yeah, it's that. And then I've basically used a where is it? I've used a bit crusher. Make it 5-bit, down sample to 40. I might have done a bit more actually. But yeah, you get the idea. That's the effect I kind of used for this. So it plays right from the beginning. So there's my arpeggiated kind of background thing going on there. What else we got? Oh yeah, we've also got the vibraphone, which takes care of another sort of arpeggiated melody going on in the background, but this time it takes more in the higher end of sounds. So it's a very high-pitched vibraphone. It plays the same thing. Actually, this melody you're hearing right now. It is a melody that's very frequent, prevalent even actually in part B. If you can't tell, this isn't scripted either. But yeah, it's in part B. So we're going to move on to part B. This is what part B sounds like. So that melody comes in again. So we have the pianos. Oh, god damn it. Please, would you play? Loop. So where's my bass guitar? So how do I explain part B? Part B doesn't essentially have a melody. It's more kind of like a breakdown of things. So, you know, the song starts in really fast paced, really energetic. Part B is a slowdown. So it's like okay, we've played all our best cards at the start. Now part B, we're just going to take it slow with a nice kind of serene melody going on. There is a semblance of a melody going on with the lead guitar. That's pretty much all there is to part B. Now you'll notice the marker at the top, I've got part B variant. Part B variant basically means it's essentially still part B. It sounds like part B, uses the same elements and instruments as part B, but it's slightly different. So what's different here is that we've got the violin section doing its thing. This and then it's got a new melody going on here to finish it. That's pretty much all there is to that, actually. Yep. Now moving on to the bridge. The bridge is essentially the thing that will bridge part B back into the loop of part A. So this is a very short bridge. It's an 8 measure bridge. So 8-bar bridge. Word. So I wanted something really epic, really grand. From about here. You'll notice that the tempo goes. Excuse me. So you notice the tempo goes a bit slower. That's due to this. So the main tempo of the piece is 180 BPM, beats per minute. But it goes down slowly. It goes down slowly to a 140. Keeps it there. Back into 180. So moving on into part A. Back into part A, you'll notice that this one is part A variant. Literally, the only thing that's different is that. Okay, actually, let's play the part A, first part A. Now, part A variant is literally the same thing, except for the fact that the strings here, they play in a higher octave. So basically, what this means is that we're in the second half of the piece. Everything is much more epic. We're really into the thick of the fight now. So I've made the strings go higher in this case. I've also made the trumpets replicate the melody as well. Part B is essentially the same, so I'm not going to go into that again. Essentially, remember, this entire half is meant to be a one big loop anyway. So you notice we've got variant 2 of part B. So what the first part B did was basically slow things down. It allowed the song to take a breather. Simple melodies, simple slow melodies. Part B does the same thing. However, the drum beat goes from... Oops, what am I doing? The drum beat goes from normal time to half time. Which is really cool. I like the drum beat, actually. Also, the key goes down by one key, I think, one semitone. I'm not actually sure. Let me test. Yeah, it goes down by one semitone, which is a thing I usually do in a lot of my pieces. Key changes. Key changes are really great. A really effective tool for making things sound a bit more epic or a bit more serene. Usually in a lot of my pieces, if I'm going to scale the key up in a certain point of the piece, it's going to go 3 semitones up. So if I'm in C minor, it's going to go into a D sharp minor, or something like that. How do I put this? It's gone from a C minor into a B minor. And then now the key changes once again, but I'm going up again. But usually when I go up, I usually go in 3 semitones. So it's gone from B minor now to a D minor. And then a little break. And then a return to C minor. So let's have a look at part B variant 2. So the piano is always doing this kind of like medley, this thing. It serves as background essentially, and it's one of the core melodies of this piece, as well as this one. So you got one melody and you got a counter melody always playing together at the same time. Okay, so crescendo. So this is another bridge, a second bridge, a bridge that's different from the first, and we call this a crescendo because this is the final kind of big bang of the piece. So we'll play through it. So the crescendo is something where everything gets louder, everything gets a bit more grandiose. So we have the strings all up in the high octaves. We've got the strings all up in the high octaves. We've got the guitar doing this thing. We've got the lead guitar doing this thing. We've got the horns all up in there, the trombones. We've got the trumpets. Okay, well that doesn't sound very great. Because you need some percussion up in here. So I decided to do like a long sweeping melody. So let's go with the strings, because I think that does the main bit. So dun 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 dun, and then we go back into part A, which is where the song really truly is. So one thing I did in this song that I didn't do in this song that I did in the last one from the last episode of this little series was that I didn't include an intro that introduces a rhythm, because there are exceptions to the rule. With this one, it's only a drum loop that has that's the intro, and part A begins as soon as. But you can kind of hear the melody, which is contributed by the staccato strings and the horns. That's about it. So if I have those two, but the acoustic drums does a good job on keeping a rhythm anyway. But yeah, that's essentially Blazing Fight in a nutshell. Yeah, so I think I've gone over everything. That's pretty much everything explained, and how I did stuff and why I've done stuff, and yeah. So yeah, do let me know what you think. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section below, or leave a tweet. Leave me a tweet at Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Mitricky, so that's MCTRICKY. But yeah, thanks for watching and take care.